McHale in the last few games.
When the Celtics lost those 3 straight games back in 1983, it was in the beginning of K.C. Jones' regime. Lakers control. How important is the first period tonight?
Very important to establish tempo the first 6 minutes of the game. The Lakers count on it.
Kareem. Rambis. Celtics want to play the half-court game.
They want to push it up, see if they can get some easy shots so they don't have to hit the outside shot.
Harris playing up on top as he did, trying to draw Kareem, the big man, out with him. 8 on the shot clock. Larry Bird on a fake. No basket if it had gone, and a Laker foul.
One of the things that the Celtics will do, Dick, is move the ball around 4 or 5 passes in the early minutes to try and destroy the rhythm of that the Lakers are trying to attain.
Foul was on James Worthy. Dennis Johnson struggling from the field. Byron Scott almost asking him to take the shot. Bird puts it up and hits his first basket. He is shooting 45% as Larry Bird in this series. That's bad for the Celtics. Byron Scott going all the way in.
The guards of the Lakers have been playing hide and seek with the Celtic guards.
Inside to Parrish, and we'll have a foul on Kareem. Hide and seek.
They're trying to get back to Magic, and the Lakers are very aware that this is happening, and they hit in transition before anybody can find them.
The foul was on Kareem. 2 fouls on the Lakers. Post up into McHale. So McHale and Bird, the 2 forwards we talked about, have Boston's 4. Magic Johnson is guarded by Danny Ainge. Dennis Johnson on Scott. They double team the big guy. Parrish blocks it. Johnson saves it. McHale drives. They're going to call the offensive foul against McHale. There were 2 Lakers back, and McHale stormed into him.
The Celtics have shown me already, Dick, that they're going to come out and not be as cautious as they have been with their fouls the first couple of games.
A little more than a minute and a half gone by. First period, Byron Scott had Dennis Johnson behind him to alter it, and here comes Danny Ainge back. Ainge misses. Bird gets the offensive board and tied up with Kurt Rambis. So already Larry Bird has done something we hadn't seen in the early game.
Well, he's ready. There's no question about it. And Ainge, that would have really helped his confidence had he made that little jumper.
Celtics, Johnson. Dennis Johnson. Off the mark, Magic the rebound. Outlet quickly to Byron Scott. Celtics getting back. They go in low to Worthy. Terrific move by Worthy against 2 men, but he missed the shot. We're tied at 4, under 10 minutes to go first period. Bird coming off the screen. Johnson goes inside. Try to get it over Kareem, and Kevin McHale was there for the offensive rebound in the basket.
Well, they watched the film, the Celtics. As soon as Kareem moved for the block, they just threw it up there for an easy pass.
Scott. Byron Scott started to get a little heated up, and now they're going to call a foul on Ainge. He knocked Magic Johnson down. Never see Magic Johnson so serious looking at the start of the game?
Never, but there's Danny Ainge. That was kind of an ill-advised pass by Parrish to begin with. Excuse me, McHale to begin with.
Magic was serious even during the pregame introductions. Kareem feeds Scott. Tipped in by Kareem ABDUL-JABBAR. The Celtics were claiming it was offensive interference, offensive goaltending, and it's 8-6 LA. Worthy guarding Bird. And an illegal defense called against the Lakers. Byron Scott was the man who was playing the zone.
Now they're trying to clog up the middle and provide a lot of protection against McHale.
Second time that's called, a technical foul, of course. Danny Ainge hits from outside. Danny Ainge has disappeared from the Celtic offense since the first period of game 1. Can't do anything about that pass. Magic to Kareem.
That's what the Lakers do well. Once Magic gets below the foul line, he finds people.
8.5 to play, opening period. Parrish. McHale trying to save it, and it is still Boston ball as Rambis and Magic were fighting for it inside.
Yes.
The Celtics are at 50% and the Lakers are better.
And the Celtics have diversified their offense. They're not going to McHale as much as they have in prior games. Parrish has gotten involved inside.
Off the rim. Here come the Lakers trying to run 3-on-2. Worthy. Celtics played it well, Tommy, but Worthy got inside.
Oh, he jumps over everybody.
Loose ball, and the LA comes up with it again. Rambis with a 4-point Laker lead. Magic and Ainge with contact. Scott misses and Parrish the rebound. And the tempo has been set for this fourth game, which means so much for both teams.
Boston's getting back fast to try and stop that speed of the Lakers, and they're doing it effectively.
A 20-second timeout has been called, I believe, by the Celtics.
We're going to see Worthy at his best. Good up fake. Lifts people. McHale can't get at it. Once he gets close to the basket, he goes over people.
They waved off the 20-second timeout, so the Celtics inbound. 12-8, Lakers lead. Ainge, long-range shot. McHale gets the offensive glass, and that's a big basket for the Celtics.
Well, Magic ended up trying to block McHale out. No hope there.
That's McHale's second offensive rebound in this first period. Double on Worthy, foul, and McHale fouls James Worthy.
McHale takes advantage of everything. You'll see now there has to be a little switch here, but McHale goes over Rambis with those long arms. You really have to keep him about 5 feet away from the hoop to effectively block him off.
You think the Lakers will be going at McHale since he has two personals now?
Well, that's what the Celtics have been shielding for the entire playoffs. Get McHale in early foul trouble and Parrish in early foul trouble.
The lead is 4 by the Lakers. Bird, fake on Worthy. And Larry Bird is 2 for 2. Around Kareem. Ainge is on Scott. Rambis gets 3 on the weak side.
With all this double teaming on Kareem, there's lots of men open, and he's smart enough to pick out the right one.
6.5 minutes remaining in the first period of game 4. The double Bird now. Johnson is left open. And the Celtics are going to have to hit those shots when there's a solo man outside.
Look at all those yellow jerseys below the foul line against that Celtic offense.
Worthy. Kareem is there. And on a reverse layup, draws the personal foul. The foul is on Larry Bird. Here are the problems Larry Bird has had shooting in the playoffs. He started out well against Cleveland and has gone down, although the Lakers he's 44%, but that's way below what he's used to. Tonight he's hit both of his shots, and in fact the Celtics have hit 4 for 7 in outside shooting, which is a good sign for them. But they need Larry Bird's outside shot.
And more for morale purposes right now than anything else. Ultimately, when they start to guard him close, they can use Ainge to pick off his man, and then Magic will have to come out and switch on to him. So he, all by himself, can destroy the Laker defensive game plan.
By the way, Bird is the first non-center to win back-to-back MVP awards in the league. Quite a distinction in its own right. Kareem hits the free throw.
You know, so far in this series, it's been an easy one for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Celtics have not been able to provide the torture test that the Western Conference teams have been able to do.
Nearly halfway through this opening period. It's been close. Celtics had a lead at one time of 6-4. Otherwise, it's been Los Angeles in front. 11 on the shot clock. Bird is 3 for 3 now from the field. And it's 18-16.
Celtics showing patience.
One way to stop the Laker break. The favorite one, according to Casey Jones. Magic Johnson doesn't get the roll, and Bird gets another rebound. The break is there. The Celtics will certainly try to take advantage. Ainge is open in the corner. Rambis to Scott. And Rambis has done a terrific job off the boards for the Lakers.
The Celtics quickly back on that one.
Magic misses, and here's Dennis Johnson. Larry Bird. Fall away. That's his first miss, but there's Parrish. And Parrish is tied up by Magic Johnson, who makes a fine play on the Celtics 7-foot center.
Well, as a guard, he's an exceptional rebounder, and that's the advantage that they've been having, Magic being in close there to provide 3-on-2 rebound against the Lakers, Celtics.
Dennis Johnson up on the point. He really has not had one of his famed money games. He's an outstanding playoff performer. Bird on a fake misses the shot. Rambis clears. Bird is now 3 for 5 in the ball game. Under 5 minutes to play, first period. Coming out of a screen is Byron Scott. Short. Tipped loose to Worthy. Scott hits it. Three-pointer for Byron Scott. And it's a 5-point Laker lead, and their biggest lead of the ball game. Close rebounding battle. Usually it's told the tale in this battle, and the fight between these teams, and the Celtics have a 9-7 edge. Parrish comes right back. There's McHale. He has converted 3 offensive rebounds for baskets so far. Worthy is triple team. They're going to give Rambis the outside shot, which he probably won't take, but Magic will. Over the top, Celtic ball.
Well, the Lakers' outside shooting evaporating a little bit, other than Scott.
4 minutes to play in the first period. Celtics had a 4-point lead after one of Sunday's game 3. Dennis Johnson with a real neat penetration.
And the Lakers not moving their feet defensively.
Scott going right back for 2. That's twice Scott has done that. He's beaten the Celtics down the court for a layup after the Celtics score.
I'm really looking for Scott quickly on the outlet to let him take it the length of the court with that hide-and-seek game.
Bird looking into McHale. Scott doubling. The Lakers have the boards, and it's Magic Johnson. Off the glass. High pass to Worthy, and now it's a 3-on-1 for the Celtics. Harris is fouled. They'll call it on Kareem, I believe, and that'll be the second personal foul on Kareem ABDUL-JABBAR.
Dick, the Celtics are getting out on more fast break opportunities right now than the Lakers are. Here's a nice laydown pass to Robert Parrish, who's hustled up, but only 2 defensive yellow jerseys back there to protect.
So now the big question is, who will get the third foul first, McHale or Kareem? And I think Pat Riley may not want to hang around to see whether it's 3. Mitch Kupchak, who has really had a terrific series, is coming in for ABDUL-JABBAR.
I tell you, Kupchak has been a key man. He's given the Lakers a new image, and they like the macho image. Rough, tough Lakers.
Pat Riley said, you want to know what his contribution has been? Big. Worthy over McHale.
When Kareem isn't in there, you can better believe that they're going to Worthy in the low post. So the Celtics will be concentrating on trying to shut him off.
Magic is on Ainge. Tough bounce pass into Bird. Tipped in, no basket. Offensive goaltending called against Robert Parrish. That was a good pass, though, from Ainge inside to Bird.
Well, without Kareem in there, you're going to end up with easy shots like this. And there's Parrish. It kind of looked like it was off the cylinder to me, but they had a better angle.
Bob McAdoo, who had a big impact in game number 3, has come in with 19 points. And a timeout here with 2:53 remaining. This is the scene live outside the Forum here in Inglewood, California. And it is 6:30 in Los Angeles. And we want to remind you, coming up at halftime, talking with Brent Musburger, one of the greatest players and compelling players who ever played the game of professional basketball, Wilt Chamberlain. Of course, he played with the Lakers among the 3 teams, Tommy.
And I remember some of the physical things he used to do. So strong a man that if you were on the fast break, he would reach out and catch you like a fly and tuck you under his arm.
You had a few little conflicts with him, didn't you?
He sure did. One day we got a little tussle, and he ripped my jersey right off my back. One hand. It's like to me, the reinforced nylon was like tearing up the New York telephone book.
And then you took it out on smaller guys, right?
I got a shot at him once or twice, but it was like he never knew he was getting hit.
2:45 remaining in the first period. Danny Ainge is the double man, knocked away by Parrish with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lakers have to do something here. Worthy goes in against Parrish. Danny Ainge really played good defense out on Magic and going into double inside. 25-22, the Lakers lead. Celtics try to draw to 1 here.
Without the Laker fast break, and Wilt sitting on the sideline looking at this game instead of in the low post, and Kareem too.
McHale with 10 points now. He is effective inside.
The Lakers are in a little bit of trouble, Dick, even though they're leading by 1. Their half-court game is not going to be as effective.
Magic hitting from outside and racing back for Danny Ainge, who makes a bad reception like a wide receiver and then misses the shot. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period. 27-24, Lakers lead. McAdoo. He had 19 points in 25 minutes in Sunday's game 3.
Very effective point getter off the bench, and when he's shooting from outside, that's going to keep Larry Bird busy.
Bird comes out of a screen, and Magic Johnson has another rebound. Danny Ainge clogs him up, and a foul against the Celtics. It'll be their 3rd team foul.
Ainge coming up. He almost had a layup, but Magic cut him off. But the Celtics feeling that, hey, we're going to have to work to get that type of shot. Some of the other Celtics didn't get up for the rebound, but Ainge got the shot.
Michael Cooper has come in for Byron Scott for the Lakers and makes a fine pass inside to Magic Johnson.
Lakers showing me that they're doing things without Kareem and getting other people involved effectively.
Celtics have missed 5 of their last 6 outside shots, and now they've turned it over again, and the Lakers are on a semi-roll right now. That's the time remaining in the first period. Bird is guarding McAdoo. Parrish clears with under a minute. Celtics have been hurt by turnovers to the tune of 5-1. Ainge hits a big shot from the corner, and it's 31-26.
This is where Magic has to lead this team.
Magic goes in to draw the foul, almost got the basket as well.
Without Kareem being in the ball game, Dick, he's got to find the right guy, the right matchup to work. They're using McAdoo an awful lot to keep Bird busy and perhaps take his legs from out underneath him.
Danny Ainge with 3 fouls. Scott Wedman replaces him. Wedman has given the Celtics a needed shot in the arm off the bench with a record-setting 11 for 11 in the first game. But Ainge with 3 fouls here. How does that change the Celtic alignment now?
Well, right now, Wedman's going to be a guard. Not the best of ball handlers, but certainly a good outside shot. So Casey Jones counting on him to help break up that Laker defense from the outside.
1 out of 2. Of course, the Celtics have missed 5 out of their last 6 outside shots. This is Wedman's strength. Dennis Johnson saves it. 12 on the shot clock. Goes all the way in and gets the roll. Dennis Johnson with 6 points.
Celtics having good success penetrating without Kareem being in there with the long hands.
16 on the shot clock. There's about a 1.5 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here. Winding down to the end of the first period. 6 on the shot clock. Not the way the Lakers like to play it as Magic throws the shot up and the 24-second buzzer sounds, and so has the game clock. And now John Vanek is saying there should be at least 1 second, and he says 1 second left on the clock. There was a difference there. Bird will inbound from the backcourt. 1 second showing. That's what it should be. And they're going to have to wait till they get it down. Celtics won the opening game by 34. The Lakers won by 7 points and by 25. And Tommy, the closest margin between these teams in the last 6 playoff games have been 7 points, so we have seen more routes than otherwise.
Well, the Celtics played a perfect game in game 1 to take away the fast break of the Lakers, and they shot fantastically well from the outside. But the Lakers really have a better team to provide blowouts because they get their points so quickly.
You're going to wind it down to 1 second to go and a chance for the Celtics to get a breather. And here is the review of the series thus far. Keep in mind the Lakers came in averaging 131 in the playoffs. So when it gets down to 1, they'll stop it and Larry Bird will inbound. Bird has scored 6. Long wait for a second, wouldn't you say? All right, Bird inbounds. And that'll do it. Lakers lead. That's the end of the first period with the score. The Lakers 32, the Celtics 28. And we'll return to the Forum in Inglewood after this word from your local station. A look back to Game 4 of last year's championship series. Larry Bird dominated the game, scoring 29 points and pulling down 21 rebounds. The Celtics changed the tone of the series when Kevin McHale tackled Kurt Rambis on this breakaway, and it became a series of confrontations. 5 seconds left now. Robert Parrish stole a Magic Johnson pass, forcing the game into overtime. ML Carr clinched the game for the Celtics, tying the series at 2 games apiece. And this first period has been a game free of the rough stuff, with the Lakers leading by 4. And in Hollywood, you have the likes of Neil Diamond and Burt Bacharach, 2 giants of the music industry. And everyone knows Tom Selleck, Magnum P.I. Tom. So far, it's been kind of a clean game as far as the physical stuff.
Really has, and I think the words of the commissioner have cleaned it up. But that's a legitimate tactic to use fouls. The rule book doesn't say you can't foul. It just says you will be penalized if you foul. And that's been going on for years. Wilt ought to know. They used to use it against him.
Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn with you here at the Forum in Inglewood. Start of the second period. Celtics trail by 4. Magic Johnson is the double man, and Kevin McHale on a hot night has 12 points so far. He is 6 of 8 from the field.
You know, they went to that matchup so often in the last couple of games that the Lakers finally found out how to play it. And now the Celtics are incorporating other people.
Wedman in the game here as McAdoo misses and Bird gets another rebound. 4 rebounds for Larry Bird. They're honoring Wedman outside, and the Lakers surround Robert Parrish, and Mitch Kupchak commits the foul. Let's look at the shooting percentages in the first period. Awfully close, with the Lakers shooting 50% and the rebounding story. Boston in front. Celtics looking to tie the game. Dennis Johnson does, and we have our 5th tie of the ball game.
He is coming into his own in this game. He plays the big ones.
MVP of the 1979 playoffs when he played for Seattle. Dennis Johnson.
He responded in Game 4 last year.
Kupchak going strong to the hoop, and Parrish defended well. McHale the rebound, and the Celtics looking to take a lead. Last lead was 6-4. Bird has a lot of time, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson back to Bird, who's fouled. Good play by Dennis Johnson, who went from one corner to the other.
Very fine patience to move the Laker defense. The more you use their feet playing defense, the less they get easy layups. Look at all the way over to the side, the packed-in defense, and then Bird slides in once the defense extends out.
McAdoo with his first personal foul, and Larry Bird on the line. Dennis Johnson has 8 points and 7 assists. He was the middleman with those 2 Lakers.
It's amazing what a couple of outside shots will do to a packed-in defense. All of a sudden, they start thinking, we got to come out, particularly when you got a hot outside player.
The Celtics have outscored the Lakers 10-1 now to take a 34-32 lead. Overplaying Worthy, denying him the pass, and Robert Parrish got burned on that one.
You can't get too close to Worthy if you're bigger than him. You got to back up. He'll beat you with speed.
Lakers will be bringing in Kareem and Byron Scott at the next dead ball. Nearly 2 minutes going by, second period. It's been kind of a chess match so far. Wedman with his first outside shot misses. McAdoo clears. Lakers have not been able to show off their fast break the way they did in Game 3. McAdoo pops, and McHale clears. Dennis Johnson looking inside. Good position for Parrish.
When he gets up quickly into the low post, that eliminates a lot of double teams because the guards are in position to drop down and help.
Dennis Johnson is on Magic Johnson. They switch off now on the pick. Dennis is on McAdoo. Would like to get back to Magic. McAdoo is open. The Lakers played that well to get a free man.
Well, they are being forced more and more into their half-court offense, and McAdoo's responding.
Inside, and a whistle and a foul against the Lakers. Kareem was going to come back in the game, then went back to the bench. We'll see him soon, we're sure. 9:07 remaining in the second period, a timeout. Beautiful Marina del Rey, live in Los Angeles before 7 p.m. out on the West Coast, but from the outside beaches to the recesses of the Forum, here's Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Dick, thank you. You know, Pat Riley may be into high fashion, but he's also into high technology. Deep under the Forum, as Dick said, this is what's called Riley's video room. Edit machines, television, videotape. What happens during the first half is that assistant coach Davey Wool sits up in the stands. He calls down here key plays where they think the Lakers may need adjustments. Now, Billy Desser here, who might be called the Lakers' 13th man, says they're working right now on the Lakers' breakdown on defense against the Celtics' half-court offense. So, while you're at the half with Wilton Brent, the Lakers will be at the movies. Back to you, Dick.
And now I know why Dave Wall went to the University of Pennsylvania. You had to go to Ivy Leagues to figure all this stuff out, Tommy.
Now look at those eyes. They go back and forth. I think he's a fine young coach, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised within a short period of time he gets a head job someplace.
Pat Riley has always loved videotapes and the use of them. He's kind of a impressive, imaginative coach. His interests go deeper than the sport. Parrish inside. Good play over Kareem. So Kareem is back in the game, and so is Byron Scott. And it is 38-36 Boston.
And McHale is very patient at finding the open man. That's a good sign for the Celtics.
Cooper gets the handoff, and Bird fouls him. That was a good play by the Lakers, and Larry Bird saw it coming.
Now there's Wedman, who's backing in, trying to stop the pass into Kareem, but all of a sudden the speed advantage that Cooper has allows him to get right by Wedman.
And Wedman just runs into Kareem, nothing he can do. So here's Cooper on the line. Foul is on Parrish. Michael Cooper had 22 points off the bench in game number 2 to spark the Lakers, but he is known as one of the best defensive specialists in the NBA, and he's done some fine play against Larry Bird over the years.
Well, he gets right up in Larry Bird's jersey and tries to make Bird put it on the floor and take away that outside shot.
So another tie at 38, our 8th of the ball game. Parrish high post. Cooper denying Wedman with the ball, so he's not on Bird. Now he is. He switches off to Larry. 7 on the shot clock. McHale against double team. Hard off the glass, but there's Bird on the weak side, and they're going to call a Laker foul inside.
Well, Bird has been hitting outside and also taking Worthy inside to try and keep him close to the Celtic basket so that he can't get out on the wing to make those devastating stuffs on the fast break.
The foul is on James Worthy, his second, and Larry Bird goes to the line. He has refused to talk about his ailments. He's got bone chips in the elbow, an ankle injury, and he's got that jam finger. But he told us yesterday, this is the best I have felt in a playoff game.
I think he's okay, but I think while he was playing through those injuries, he developed some bad habits that he's trying to work himself through.
8 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 40-38, the Celtics in front. Double team and a hard one on Kareem. Feeding Worthy. They got the inside shot, the Lakers couldn't convert it. Now the Celtics trying to open up to 4. Basket hanging is Cooper. And the Lakers tie it up.
Those 2 fast break opportunities may be the story of this season. The Celtics had a 4-on-2. They couldn't get that speed going, but the Lakers did when they had it.
McHale goes in, misses. Here's a 4-on-2 for the Lakers this time. Byron Scott. Wedman is playing a crashing the boards kind of style for the Celtics, and he has seen a lot of action so far in this game.
And Dennis Johnson doing a wise thing, slowing it down. Just a few passes and wasting some time will destroy the rhythm that the Lakers are trying to attain.
Wedman. Dennis Johnson penetrates. That's 3 times he's done it that way, and DJ has 10 for the ball game.
Kareem's being cautious in there, trying to block shots.
Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. 42-40, the Celtics lead. Cooper is left open. Michael Cooper, and another tie.
The Lakers have rotated an awful lot of people through their game plan already, while the Celtics haven't.
Parrish on the baseline, breaks the tie again. They look for Worthy, double team. Cooper, McAdoo. And McHale the rebound. Here's Dennis Johnson. Goes all the way in and gets the layup. So Dennis Johnson is responsible for 28 of the 46 Celtic points. They'll call Cooper offensive foul, running into Dennis Johnson.
He is playing a fantastic game. Little up fake, uses his speed to go through, but look at Kareem on the ground, not even going after it. Leary of picking up his 4th foul.
And a timeout with 6:02 remaining. Tom Heinsohn and Dick Stockton with you at the Forum, and back and forth they go in a game that's important to the Celtics, who have not gone to the bench that much so far.
Well, the Lakers have used their people liberally, so they're going to be fresh and able to execute their game plan, where the Celtics now are going to the bench out of this timeout, but they're in a position where they can be worn down even before the half is over.
You know, they have played most of the year with their starters going 40 minutes, and Pat Riley says, I don't want to go too deep into my bench because he says, I don't think we can tire them out. So let's see whether that is a factor as we go on. Good game so far for Dennis Johnson, who has been waiting to get on track. Came into this game shooting 33% for the series. Cedric Maxwell is in, and he has been a dilemma. And now Wedman and Cooper tangle a bit, and they'll call a foul on Michael Cooper.
I am seeing that they are calling this game very tight. I think all the newsprint about the physical aspect of it has also tamed down the contact in this game.
Celtics shooting very well in the second period to take that 4-point lead. Cedric Maxwell is in the game, and so far the Celtics have not been able to count on him in the series.
He has not responded like you would expect Maxwell to respond, and I'm very anxious to see what they're going to do with him today. He has not given them really anything.
Bird is disgusted with himself. One of the top free throw shooters in the league. Maxwell has had a slow comeback, arthroscopic surgery on his knee. Ainge and Parrish on the sidelines right now. Magic Johnson going in against Whitman, and the basket counts in a foul. And that wakes up the Forum crowd.
They're attacking Wedman. Magic Johnson is a tough man for, in essence, a forward to guard. He has a speed advantage, plus the good ball handling ability. Look at the angle. He took advantage of it very quickly to get by Wedman.
Foul is on Wedman, his first personal foul.
But Casey's going with Wedman really for the outside shot, hoping that he'll get hot.
But you know, he's been involved in plays off the boards. He's made his presence felt other ways. The rebounding story, and the Celtics have an 8-rebound margin. Here's Wedman missing the outside shot. Kareem the rebound. 47-45, and the Lakers are looking to create the 11th tie of the ball game here. Magic Johnson. Bird, good position on Kareem. Gets the boards.
That time Wedman really backed off Magic.
Ray Williams will make his first appearance in a moment. Wedman is working around Scott. 6 on the shot clock. Dennis Johnson fires away and hits. He has 14 points, 7-11 from the field. Leading the Celtics with 14. Worthy and Magic have 8, Scott 9 for the Lakers. Byron Scott. Dennis Johnson the long rebound, and you can break on those. Wedman. And they're going to call a Laker foul. If it's on Cooper, that'll be 3. And it is. Kurt Rambis checks back in, replacing Bob McAdoo. McAdoo scored 4.
Yeah, but he was pretty effective keeping Bird busy on the defense, keeping him out of the paint, and that really made him limit Bird on the defensive board quite a bit too.
James Worthy, who was the high scorer in last game with 29 for the Lakers, comes in replacing Michael Cooper, who goes out with 3 personal fouls. So now the Lakers have virtually their entire starting lineup in. In fact, they do, and the Celtics bringing in Ray Williams. And Ray has stayed out. Ray Williams went back to the bench.
He was reporting in for Wedman, who was shooting the free throw, couldn't come in.
Kareem, triple team, double team now. Holding. Scott Wedman commits the foul. That's his second, and Ray Williams will come back in the ball game. Williams was ejected with a fracas with Rambis in the last game.
There's Kareem, and he's trying to fight for position. A little bump there to help McHale push him out a little way, but Wedman comes down, and a little hack, so they're really calling those double teams closely too.
They call the Celtic foul on Ray Williams, and there is Robert Parrish coming back in with 8 points in the game. Let's see who the Celtics take out. Maxwell goes out of the ball game, so the Celtics now have their starting front line back in there.
Well, they all got a blow in the green jerseys. That ought to allow them to finish up fairly good shape, the Celtics.
And with a 5-point lead, they don't want to have the first team of the Lakers take advantage of their reserves. Kareem with a skyhook now with 8 points. Turnover, LA ball. Celtics committed too many turnovers, which resulted in easy baskets in game 3. Casey Jones made note of that in a hurry to his team.
Can't throw the ball away against the Lakers. Bad passes they pick off, they get easy baskets.
3-point lead for the Celtics, 50-47. A foul away, and now they're saying it is an offensive foul called against the Lakers. Now they say 3-second violation and no foul. It was Rambis in the lane. Lakers have been in the penalty. Celtics have 14 fouls. Bird is doubled, but he can pass well out of the double. He's fouled and hit on his right hand. Larry Bird was hit on the hand where he has the jam finger, and he is shaking it now.
Well, that's where a lot of the anger comes from when you get double teamed and you think you get fouled. And I think the officials right now calling the double team close just so that they keep the tempers of both teams in the right proportions.
That's a bad slap on Bird's hand. Byron Scott commits the foul, and Bird misses the free throw. He is fighting through all sorts of injuries, and Casey told us before game 1 the finger is the worst of them.
Well, what I admire about Larry Bird, he makes no alibis. Tough guy. Take the good, take the bad without alibi. That's his motto. So does Magic.
3.5 to play in the first half. Wilt Chamberlain will be guest of Brent Musburger at halftime. Man of opinions. Misses, and a loose ball foul.
Well, you know what stage we're getting to, Dick. All you have to do is grunt, and the official's going to blow the whistle.
Foul is on Larry Bird. That's his second personal foul, and it sends Magic Johnson to the line.
Boy, do those players really know how to play the referees, Dick.
You mean they're like musical instruments?
Yes, they'll try. They can feel the flavor of the ball game, and all of a sudden, they'll go with the way the game is being officiated.
22nd timeout called by the Celtics, 51-48 at this juncture. How do you think the flow of the game has gone?
I think it's been very much in favor of the Celtics. They've controlled the tempo of the game. There haven't been too many flurries of baskets by the Lakers, which was really the confidence builder for that ball club.
3:18 remaining in the first half. 3-point lead for Boston. Well, I didn't expect Wilt would be in coat and tie. He's got the tank top, and that's how I would expect to see the Dipper. Wilt Chamberlain. Anxious to hear what he has to say, Tommy.
Ready for volleyball.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has scored 8 points so far for the Lakers, who have scored only 16 in the first 8:42 of this period. So you're right, the Celtics have controlled the tempo and have played solid defense here.
And they have not allowed them to get those flurry of baskets that really gets them sky high.
Lakers scored 40, remember, the second period of Sunday's game. 51-49, but they're certainly within range of the leading Celtics right now. 3:15 to go in the first half. Ray Williams and Dennis Johnson in the backcourt. Parrish, the center. McHale and Bird, and it's still Celtics ball. Eight on the 24-second shot clock. Worthy gambling. Pass back to Williams, and Ray Williams goes in nicely.
Well, they're catching the Lakers in rotation and taking it right to the hoop, and with 3 fouls, Kareem is reluctant to go for the block.
2 fouls.
2 fouls. Okay, I thought it was 3.
He doesn't want a third, but he wants that. Another sky hook. He's in double figures, and it's a 2-point game once more. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Forum in Inglewood. Game 4, the NBA World Championship. Celtics need a win to tie it up. Lakers looking for the commanding lead. It's been tight. Celtics are up by 2, and they turn it over again. So the turnover bugaboo continues to haunt the Celtics. And a foul, no basket inside. A foul before the shot, but it'll be a shooting foul. The Celtics are in the penalty, and it's on Larry Bird. Listen to the crowd for his third.
Big foul on Bird, and he's about to come out of the ball game as Maxwell will take his place. Well, they're going to have to find some points in other areas.
M.L. Carr, who is used to being the cheerleader and the towel waver on the sidelines, comes in replacing Ray Williams. Maxwell is in too for Boston.
Here's Ray Williams trying to jab at Magic's dribble. You shouldn't do that, and that put the pressure on Bird to try and block the shot. He got him on the hand.
Significant with Carr, Maxwell, and Ray Williams out of the game now, but Carr and Maxwell in there to see if the Celtics can stop the Lakers from a spurt. Score is tied. Double team outside. Another turnover. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Lakers look to take the lead, and Dennis Johnson comes out of nowhere. And now he's going all the way for this. Foul on the Lakers. DJ was determined to go the length.
Well, they called it on Magic Johnson, but Kareem was right there. And that was a smart move by DJ. He was really, in addition to trying to score, take it to as he steps out and picks off the pass. But watch him steam up and attack Kareem. And they could have called it either way, but they give it to Magic. But Dennis Johnson really wanted to pick up that 3rd foul on Jabbar.
First foul on Magic Johnson, and here's Dennis on the line, who grew up in Los Angeles and used to come to the Forum when the Knicks and the Celtics and the 76ers played the Lakers. Now he's trying to win another title.
Thought Walt Frazier was the greatest. Kind of patented his game after Walt Frazier.
This is the free throw, and the Celtics lead is 1, and LA looking to move in front. Dennis Johnson is guarding Byron Scott. Another sky hook by Kareem. New clock for the Lakers with 1.5 minutes to play. Maxwell blocked one shot, and a push inside. Kurt Rambis is fouled. Robert Parrish has his second personal